everybody? Welcome back to Covers and Commentary, and welcome back to another episode of Drummer Reacts. Now, you all probably know this, even though I haven't really talked about it much. I'm a bit of a kit nerd, and I can really just go all in with a lot of different drum kits. DWs, Ludwigs, Pearl, cymbals, Paiste 2002s, Paiste Rudes, Zildjian Z, A, K Customs, all those different kinds. I like acoustic drum kits, and that's just kind of my thing. You all probably saw it when I was doing my Chad Smith video, which you can check out right over there. But one of the things that I meant to say over there, but whatever. One of the things that I've never really been a fan of, or at least haven't really been comfortable playing too much, are electric kits. I've considered getting them when I move into a bigger place, just so that I have something that I can play and practice in my own space instead of having to go elsewhere, like to my parents' place to record, which is where my little studio area is set up. It's just acoustic kits for me have always sounded better. I like the way they sound. Plus, there's a lot more flexibility with them. Dankpods does really great videos showing off like how heads can completely change how drum kits are. And then you've got great drummers like the 8-bit drummer who plays on exclusively electric kits. So I'm kind of torn between the two, but I was interested when I saw Estipario Sibariano with his video here about, it looks like he's playing an electric kit. I'm curious to see which brand it is, because it just says my prototype E-kit is finished, and then he does a full performance of a song. So let's watch it and see how an electric kit is in terms of playing. And this is like a 12-minute video, so I assume he's going to talk about the kit itself for a good chunk of it. So let's dive in.
Hey guys, how are you doing? This video is going to show you a live performance that I recorded using this, Alessi's Strata Prime kit.
It's Alessi's,
I will do all the talking later. The only thing I want you to know is that the song that you're about to hear is an original composition by me and Javier Giralte, who is, by the way, an amazing guitar player. And we composed that song a couple of days before the shooting in order to demonstrate how powerful this product really was. And I really think a video is way better than words. So don't take my words. Check out the video.
Don't take my words. Okay, let's hear it. Oh, whoa, okay, hold on. Already. So first off, just listening to this little bit, there's one thing that I will say that I've always noticed with electric kits, and this is not particularly a bad thing if you're looking for the perfect recording, but you still want to play the song. But they all have this very, like, I don't know if it's just because of the way the sound libraries are composed, but they always have, like, the kick drum always sounds the same. The snare drum always sounds the same. And, like, you can really play with the sound of a snare or the sound of a tom depending on where you hit it. Like, there's a song I used to play where one of the things I would do to really sell the effect of the, rising beat of the song is I would set one stick in the middle of a tom, and then I would hit the tom with the other stick, and I'd press the stick into the tom, the second stick, so you do, and you could change the sound using that. So there's a little more flexibility. Because these use sound samples, it would be kind of ridiculous to have millions of potential sound samples for each of the drum heads, depending on what sound you wanted and that kind of stuff. But that's a little nitpick. What I was going to point out, though, is it doesn't look like he's using the lower tom. There's two lower toms on this kit that I can see, and it looks like one of them he's using as a China cymbal, and the other one is being used as a low tom, at least from what I saw. I'm going to watch that again, though. I want to see if that's what he was actually doing. Yes, that's what he's doing. Look, so if we go, you can see he's hitting the second low tom, the second floor tom. That's funny. Okay. I want to see that whole fill again, because, well, actually, no, there's a spike. Well, no, let's watch that whole fill again. Why not? Let's do it. Okay, all right. I mean, it sounds great. I mean, the thing is with an electric kit, it's not about the kit. Like, there's things that you can do on an acoustic you can't do on an electric. There's also things you can do on an electric that you can't do on an acoustic. The instrument, when you are playing a drum kit, the instrument is just the tool to get what is in here, through here, your hands, through the drumsticks, out to the crowd or the studio mics, whatever the case may be. So, like, me not being a fan of an electric kit is more of just a taste thing for me. It's a preference. If I have to sit down and play in front of an electric kit, I will sit down and play in front of an electric kit, and it will probably sound roughly the same as when I play on an acoustic. I just have to, in my mind, know that there's certain things acoustic-wise I won't be able to do because I'm on electric and things like that. Like, his fill that he just did there was fantastic. Let's keep going. Because I saw a spike here for, the most replayed sections coming up, and I want to see what that is. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. So he's keeping a off time boom chda 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 on. So he's keeping time with the hi hat and alternating back, and then he's. So he's kind of doing one of those deals, two hands less. Okay, let's. Okay, man, I'm still not even keeping up. That's so awesome. All right. Actually, you know what I just said about things you can do with electric kits that you can't on acoustic and vice versa, and being able to map your drums to be other things is something you can do on an electric that you can't do on an acoustic. So, I keep pointing to it, but like his China cymbal is set up as his floor tom. So you've got 3 cymbals plus the hi-hat in your kit layout. But if you want a China cymbal, just rake the angle up on your floor tom so that you're smacking the rim of the floor tom drum piece, the drum head, and then just map it in the kit to be a China cymbal. Like, that's really awesome. Okay, so it does have the little bell, so there are multi-point pickups on the cymbals. That's good. I would assume so, because I at least, I mean, this company doesn't make cheap E-drums, so. Oh yeah. I mean, he's still got just the talent behind his playing is still incredible. So, like, if you throw him behind any kit, any percussion instrument, he's probably gonna nail it. Look at this. Look at this. Wild. Look how much that floor tom's bouncing, though. That's funny. See, that's one thing. That is one thing I'll point out that I'm not trying to be a stickler here, but like you can play so much more with the cymbals on an acoustic kit. And I've actually seen electric kits where like the drum kit is electric and then the cymbals are still traditional cymbals. So there's like hybrid kits. If I had to play, I'd probably want to go hybrid, but yeah, you can still build it because like while the samples are the same, the volume is based on how hard you hit the pads and that kind of stuff. And so you can kind of hear like as he builds it out. So yeah. See, so he can get 2 alternates based on how hard he hits it. Okay, that was definitely a showcase. That was definitely a showcase shot. Boom. It's just still crazy to me how good this guy is on like every level. It's crazy. Got a bit of a blast beat. God, I love it. I love that groove. That was really good. I want to hear his thoughts on the kit now. Alessi's drums. I want to hear his thoughts.
Okay, so that was the video. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about this product because I've been receiving a lot of comments. As many of you know, I've been using this kit for a long time. And that's actually something that I want to say. I was the first person on planet Earth to receive the prototype of what would become later the Alessi's Strata Prime. There is one reason for that, and I like it a lot. The company really cares about the drummer's feedback, so they gave it to me. And I've actually been using this kit for 4 months, 30 hours a week live streaming on Twitch. So there's a whole...
He's been 30 hours a week live streaming on Twitch. I didn't know he had a Twitch. I'm gonna have to go follow him.
For 4 months, 30 hours a week live streaming on Twitch. So there's a whole lot of people that have been already seeing me using it. They just didn't know what it was. They had the diamond, but they needed feedback in order to polish it and turn it into what would be the official product that was released a couple of days ago. Now, this is going to be an honest review. I'm not going to be using crazy words because, to be honest, I don't know them. And I'm pretty sure you don't either. The first thing that really caught my attention when I received this kit was the module. Now, of course, let me unplug this so that you can see what I'm talking about.
The actual module.
Check this out. This is a 10-inch screen. How is it possible that nowadays kits that are worth more than $10,000 have screens that are 2 inches and have 3 buttons to operate everything? I don't understand. That is such a mystery to me. So when I received this, I was relieved. Not only this is huge, but also
is it a touchscreen?
Surprise.
Yes.
It is a touch screen.
Okay, that's pretty good.
What does it mean? I can operate with my fingers. Man, I am tired of drum companies delivering modules that you need to operate with 3 buttons. With like, endless combination.
To be fair, that is actually a big complaint of mine whenever I mess with those, is trying to do all that. And I was curious because, like I mentioned, he had one of the floor toms mapped as a China symbol. And one of the kits I remember using years ago with a band I used to play in, it was a cheap electric kit, and the software that they used in the module was so bad that my fix for it was that I literally had to plug my MacBook into it. The MacBook that you all probably saw in my 100th episode, that same MacBook, I had to plug it in and then go into some proprietary software for it to say, I want this to do this. It was easier to pull out a computer and plug it in and do all that than it was to try to navigate the little module. So the fact that it's a full 10-inch screen and it's a touch screen, that's freaking awesome. I actually really like that. He's selling me on an electric kit, isn't he? Anyway, let's keep going.
Of 3 buttons that you need to press again and again and again. I'll tell you one thing that actually should make me embarrassed, but it doesn't, because it demonstrates how powerful this product is. I have not ever read the manual. I threw it.
Who reads the manual anyway? Really? I taught myself drums. I never read the manual on drumming. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's actually really impressive that you can do that without reading the manual.
Through it, man. I didn't care. Why? Because I don't need it anymore. I don't need it. Why would I need that if I understand everything perfectly just by looking at the screen? You want to change a kit? Grab the kit.
That's actually impressive.
It is that simple. Kit volume, track volume, click volume, ambience volume, reverb volume. Do I want to edit my kit? Kit edit. Bam. Done. Do I want to go to the mixer? Mixer. Do I want to adjust the volume of the backing track? Backing track. No track added. Do I want to edit the triggers? Trigger edit. Do I want to go to the settings? Settings. There you are. Check out the settings. Wi-Fi. This thing has Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure if you're an engineer, you can hack your...
Also, it kind of looks like, I'm going to zoom in and show my best, that little dark mark there on the, or light mark on the rest of the dark metal. Looks like he might have whacked it once or twice with a drumstick. Like missed or something. That's pretty funny. I don't know. That's what it looks like. It's kind of funny.
Way and watch Pornhub on this screen that is actually full color and has more resolution than my iPhone. Man, I wish I could watch The Sopranos again using this thing. But it's not only about that. The adjustments that you can do on the sound are infinite. Literally, you got the damping, you got the attack, you got the tuning, of course, higher or lower. You got the dynamics, and you even have advanced settings that allow you to do things that I don't even understand.
That actually sort of resolves some of the complaints I was having. If you can adjust the attack, the damping. He's using a lot of different words that some of you might not know, but like basically the sound based on how hard you hit the drum, the sounds based on where you hit the drum. Some of those things it sounds like could be adjusted in this, which is cool. Now, that does kind of fix what I was talking about, where they all kind of have a similar sound no matter what you hit, or, you know, it only changes the volume. So that does actually affect the sound, which is good to know that they actually have that in there. I'd be curious if it is multi-sample, considering what we just heard still sounded like it is using, like, maybe a few samples or just adjusting the synthesized sound based on the impact. But, I mean, the fact that you can play with that is really awesome.
Stan, I don't want anything else from my module. This is what I have been waiting for my whole life. And of course, beautiful, durable.
Yeah, look at all those ports.
All the inputs that you need in
it's even got XLR out.
Work.
Is that XLR out and in? Please tell me. So you got USB, I presume a USB out for your plug, like you got a USB out there for actual like hooking it into a recording tool like Logic Pro, which is what I use. It's also got in, which I assume is for plugging in like backing tracks, click tracks, things if you want to play just on the module itself. Yep, MIDI. You got two, a MIDI in, MIDI out, XLR in, XLR out, a ton of 1/4-inch plugs for presumably all of the triggers on all of the drums.
And with all the inputs that awesome, you need in order to work. Of course, you got the volume knobs, the metronome, the kit, plus, less, whatever. These beautiful wheels that do a lot of things.
Oh, so you can still do some manual controls.
Wouldn't be useful.
I was going to say, you can still do some manual... I'm going to go back because he's going to say something else. But you can do the manual controls, which is good because if you're drumming a lot, or if you're like me and you like just your hands get sweaty, touch screens aren't great when your hands are wet, so that's cool.
Wheels that do a lot of things, but again, this thing wouldn't be useful without this. Cymbals, let's talk about them.
Please.
Comes with 2 crashes. I removed that for shooting purposes. Right, and the hi-hat. The sizes are real.
Right,
I think this is an 18, 14, 16, 14, whatever.
Nice.
It just feels real. Not only that, they are 360 cymbals. You can hit them whatever you want. And of course, you can choke them. And there's a rule in this...
Yes! Oh my god, I hate that with those electric kits when you hit them and you try to grab it and nothing happens. That's pretty cool, actually.
If you can choke it, you should marry it. And I've tested this, and it is precise as hell. You've seen it on the video. But not only the crashes, no. Every cymbal, right. Choke, crash, choke, hi-hat, choke. Let's stay on
You
the
can choke
hi-hat.
the
They
hi-hat,
have
okay.
developed a new system that is called magnetic hi-hat, and I wish I could explain it to you, but truth is, I cannot. I don't understand what magnetic means, but what I do know as a drummer
Magnets,
is
how
that
do they
it
work?
works, and it works really good. You got a very nice result whenever you're working on the hi-hat, not only with your hands, but also with your left feet. You can chick that shit, you can splash that shit, it just
That's
works.
pretty
And
cool.
of course, another symbol
Okay.
that you need to be sensitive, that's the ride. No problem. There are 3 different zones on the ride, and you can just easily differentiate between the edge, body, and the bell. When it comes down to the
Yes.
pads, again, the sizes are amazing. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pads,
5.
14, 8, 10, 12, 14. The feeling, amazing. Mesh, no weird blends, no nothing. As
Okay.
you have seen, a lot of brands have been developing weird pads. Weird
Yeah,
pads.
weird
that,
pads.
Oh, this is going to feel real. Mesh feels real. Mesh
Close
feels
en-
amazing.
I would say
It
close
is
enough to
something
real.
that you enjoy when you hit. It is perfect for
Okay.
practice, and on top of that, it is quiet. It doesn't make any sound.
Yep. That's the benefit of a mesh kit.
It doesn't make any sound, but the rebound is amazing. 1, it doesn't matter.
Huh.
2, it's good. 3, it does have a nice rebound, and you can feel it. I
Okay.
mean, you really feel very comfortable playing on this. I
Plus, you don't
really
have to
do feel
tune
like a lot of
electric kits,
brands
though.
have lost their mind trying to do different mixes of different materials, trying to achieve the perfect feel. Man, I want mesh. Back in the day, when I was younger, there were 2 kinds of electronic drum kits. The
Yep.
bad ones
The rubber
and
ones.
the mesh ones.
The
I want
bad
mesh.
ones
I
and
am
the
a
mesh
mesh man.
ones.
I love how it feels. It makes my
Bad
playing
ones and mesh
accurate,
ones.
and I love it. But there is something else. Different sounds. As you have seen on the video, my China was just a rim. So you can just
what I
add
said.
different sounds to whatever surface in order to create your beautiful kit, which won't be a problem because there
Nice.
are over 200,000 samples on this. There's 40 gigabytes of shit inside this massive computer. By the way, all
200,000.
the sounds that come in here
I was joking when I said that it would take millions. 200,000. That's a massive amount of sound samples. That's okay. This kit seems pretty legit.
are nasty. From jazz to techno, psytrance, funk, rock, metal, you name it. There is a kit for each and every
That's
one of those
crazy,
in here. Of course,
actually.
last but not least, the bass drum. It does feel good. Not only it does feel good, but also it looks good.
Yeah, it looks like a real
Nice
bass drum.
shell, again, mesh heads, but this little dampening in here that allows it to feel like a regular bass drum. And it does feel like a regular bass drum. It's not extra bouncy, but it's not totally dead like this new revolution of electronic drum
a
kits that
freaking
just
rubber
feel like
pad.
shit and have no
Yeah.
rebound. Does feel natural. 128 gigabytes of storage for whatever you want.
128.
Of course, you can plug
That's
your samples
impressive.
right here and create your kit. I did it. It works. It is simple. So personally,
Okay.
since the beginning, I took it outside the box. I love
That's
this
really
thing.
cool, actually.
And to
I
make
love
it even
the,
better,
like,
if
what
I
you
am
were
not
saying about the
mistaken,
hi-hat,
the
too.
price starts at $3,000. I know. No, that's not a kit for beginners.
No,
But
it's
this
not.
is a
But that's
top-level
actually-
kit, and
yeah.
the other brands are offering worse products for 3 times that price.
He raises a good point. You can make some really good kits, or you can go. Bleh. He raises a good point. These are not beginner kits. This is a really good kit, and there are other kits that, from the description he's giving, definitely would be worse.
So believe me when I say, this has definitely been a very pleasant surprise. I'm using it to rehearse with the band because it makes the whole mixing way easier. I'm using it to rehearse at night and nobody in my surroundings has said shit. And I'm using it because I really like it and love it. So I really
kinda
hope
want
you
one
enjoyed
now.
this honest review. Remember that I just dropped a new single with my band, the second one. And you've
Oh.
got it right there.
Oh,
And again,
well, we've
just to
seen that.
clarify, I'm doing this video because I've been receiving so many questions that I couldn't answer because I couldn't talk about this product because it was not released yet. So this is not a paid advertising. Thank you so much for watching. If you are looking forward to
That's
buy
awesome.
a top quality
That's
electronic
awesome.
drum kit, I'm not telling you to buy this, but consider. Let it surprise you. Thank you so much for staying here.
I gotta
love
go
you
to my
guys
local
to
Guitar
death.
Center
I
and
hope
see if
you're
they have this
crushing
kit
it,
or
and I
something
really hope to see you all
comparable.
very soon. The next videos, buddies. Cheers.
That's awesome. That was really good, actually. I'm still not the biggest fan of electric kits, but from what he described, it basically, he went through the list of things I have complaints about and then said, here's why this doesn't do that, or here's what this did to fix it. So, yeah, color me kind of impressed. I've got to go to my local Guitar Center and see if they've got some kits like that. Mesh heads are definitely the best when you are looking at an electric kit. As much as I don't like some of the I don't like any of the electric kits that I've played, but as much as I don't like them, mesh heads do definitely have a better feel than like those stupid rubber matte pads that feel basically like the practice pads that you get, which the practice pads that you can buy for practice, they're good, but they aren't, I say they're good. They're good for practice because the instant you hit a real drum head, you're like, oh my gosh, all this bounce control that I've had to build up using this crappy little rubber pad thing, like the bounce control you build, forcing the bounce to be good on the rubber pads, suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, I don't have to work nearly as hard on a real drum head, which is great. So either way, that's been it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and I will leave the link to this video down in the description, of course. You can go down there and watch it if you don't want to see me talking about it. It happens. People misclick on videos all the time. And go ahead and check out the original channel, which will be linked down there just below the original video. And if you want to see more from this channel, go ahead and leave a like and maybe subscribe. I do videos like this every Monday and Friday, assuming I don't have any copyright issues, which has been an ongoing thing every so often. So we'll see how that goes. But either way, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for being here, and have a good one.